What's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to make a quick video about the car again. Just going to touch on things that I like about the car since I had it, and also about a couple of things that I noticed that I don't like so much about the car, and I'm going to also share those with you in case you guys are thinking about buying this car. Like I said, always, if you have any questions, feel free to comment, ask me offline, but I'll be more than happy to help you guys answer anything you guys might like. So first thing I really love about this car is the look. Let's check it out real quick. So obviously that was a given. Obviously a lot of people I think get this car for the look of it, but I just want to point it out. And it does look, I love how the body kit looks aggressive, and it just sticks out and stands out, and I like that it's a little unique, and not a lot of people have this car to see it, at least in my area. So second thing I like about this car is the Recaro seats that are in this car. Check them out. So one thing I really like about these seats, besides the look on them, is really how they keep you in the same position, sitting position the whole time. It doesn't matter if you're taking a corner at a high speed or at a sharp turn. These bolsters here, if you can see them, like right here and right here, they do a perfect job of keeping you in place no matter how quick you go into the turns. The thing that I really love about this car is the sound that you get when it's in high revs. Check out these clips of me driving it a little bit around the highway in my neighborhood. Fourth thing that I really love about this car is the handling. It's got, obviously being the Nismo, it's got a really stiff suspension, and it handles like a pro. If you take the corners really fast, it doesn't matter what kind of turn it is, it stays really planted to the ground, and it is great when driving at winding roads. You really feel connected to the ground at all the times. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the things that I kind of noticed about the cars that bother me so far, especially if this is going to be a primary car. For me, it's a secondary car, so it's a little easier to live with it than if it's your primary car. So it's not a big deal, but I'll show you something real quick here on the dashboard. So if you are driving and the sun is setting down, or the sun for some reason is right behind you, I don't know why, but this gauge right here, this gauge, it is almost like a mirror-like reflection, where when I was driving the car back from Colorado to Kansas City, it glared so much, it was almost like having a mirror right there and shining a bright light at it, or just shining a bright light right into your face. It was very hard to drive with having that right there. So that's one thing. The other two gauges didn't do anything. It was just that one gauge that kept just reflecting back something, and it just made it really hard to drive back home. The second part I don't like really about the car a whole lot, especially if it's going to be a primary car, is that the seats are definitely not forgiving when it comes to long rides. So if you are going to drive this car for more than 2 hours, it may depend on your size and body weight. I'm 6'5", about 240 pounds, and about 2 hours driving it back from Colorado to Kansas City, I had to stop every 2 hours and take at least like a 15-minute break, because it was really it was not as comfy as you would find in a regular car, and just had to take a break and stretch a little bit, because it was getting uncomfortable. So keep that in mind if this is going to be your primary car and you have long rides and you are maybe a little taller. It may be easier if you're shorter. So the only suggestion I'll point out there. Thing that I know to a true car enthusiast this may be bothersome, but you get to live with it, and as car makers try to appeal to the masses, they always come. Oh, right there. So these little things, there's one on the left corner of your, right above you, next to your visor, and then there's one on this side as well. And what they are is essentially, I would have to read the manual again, but they are noise canceling something. And what they do is they make the cabin quiet, and somehow the engine sound gets tunneled into the car, and that way it appears that your car is a lot louder than what it actually is if you were to listen to it on the outside. So it may be an issue for some people, but to me it's not an issue, but it does amplify the sound inside the cockpit versus what the real sound is outside. Last thing that I find a little bothersome, especially if it's going to be your primary car, is the trunk. So let's check it out real quick and point out what I mean by that. So as you can see, there's not a whole lot of trunk space here. You may be able to fit in a bag of toilet paper and a few other items, and a big package of maybe 40 bottles of water or something, and that is pretty much it. So space is limited. There is some compartment right here where you can store a little bit of extra things right there behind the seat. You can see I can store my jacket right there, and then there's one right there behind the car as well. So that is about it as far as storage. So if you try to go on a big shopping spree, you may try to go with a different car, or keep it to a minimum. Now the other thing that I want to point out in the trunk is this little cover. Now I drive it just like this, and the reason why I do that is because if you have it all the way, so if you try to have it all the way like this, obviously it looks clean from the outside, it covers everything, but it rattles inside. So I think it's when you're driving, these little things, or even just the material itself, just kind of flaps like this, and it makes a really bad rattling noise. And so I decided to just drive with it tucked in, so that way it is less noisy inside. So that's it for this video. If you liked what you saw, or if you have any questions, like I said, comment below. We're more than happy to answer any questions if you're thinking about buying this car. These are just my opinions. Just wanted to share those with you. And like I said, if you like this video, stay tuned for some other videos, as I'll be doing some different modifications. And like I said, keep you guys on the update on how to kind of do those projects if you want to have a step-by-step guide. So thanks for watching, and have a great day. Thanks.